Everyone, I hope I find you well. This is Mwashita, the exam guru coach, Papa speaking live. Okay, so this is a past paper that we have. This is Cambridge, and our syllabus code is 9709. This is a variant 3. So what are we basically going to do? We are going to solve it as well as solve other past papers as well. And remember, description of this channel from 2015 to 2025, we shall be solving and uploading them right here. So if you are new, you just know what to do. You just need to just smash that subscribe button to stay updated for the latest that we shall be uploading. And remember, university statistics, I am the exam guru coach. I know what will come, and I know the technical questions that are asked and how are they tackled. Okay, without wasting much time, let's just jump into this past paper. So this is a paper 6, probability and statistics 2 for Cambridge. So those guys who are taking pure mathematics with statistics, this is the exam guru coach Mwashita, here to assist you easily crack that math paper. And remember, this paper has only 50 marks. So in order for you to maximize, what should you do? You should score maximum, massive, in this paper 6 as well as paper 5. So as the exam guru coach, I shall be assisting you to score at least 45 and above with my skills. Okay, at least 45 and above in this past paper, as well as in the papers that you shall be tackling, and even in your final examination. Okay, so you must just pay attention to each and every detail that I shall be sharing, because the way these questions are asked, as well as the way in which they are set, is the same principle. Okay, it's the same principle. They will never change. Okay, what you just need to take note of is to master the concepts. Okay, so each and every concept that I'm going to be sharing right now, you only need to master it. Okay, so that you don't miss anything there, because I'm the exam guru coach, and I shall be helping you with the important aspects as well. Okay, so you just need to take note of the following. This past paper, which is statistics 2, what is normally asked? They normally ask you the following distributions. Okay, which distributions must you know? You should know your normal distribution, which is our favorite friend. Okay, this one will also come in your paper 5. We also have the binomial, but the binomial distribution, it may also come in this past paper. And the other distribution that we shall encounter is the Poisson distribution that we need to also take note of. Okay, you should also know your hypothesis testing. I'm going to make it that one very easy and simple for you. Some students find it difficult, but as the exam guru coach, just take note that I'm now here to make it very simple and exciting. We also have sampling. I shall also break it down for you, and we also have those probability density functions. I shall also help you, whereby you're going to decide whether you're going to integrate these or you're going to apply a differentiation one way or the other. Okay, I'm just going to make this very simple as well as exciting for you. So let's just roll and attempt this question paper. Okay, so you're saying that a random variable x, okay, yes, the distribution n, okay, which is a normal distribution. Oh, you see, and what do you have? So your n, your x, okay, is normally distributed, okay, with your mean, which is indicated by what? By that 410, and your what? Your variance. Okay, and your what? And your variance, which is 400. Okay, then the question is saying find the probability that the mean of a random sample of 36. So now take note, you now know something before you attempt the question. Okay, you know your mean, which is 410. You also know your variance, which is what? 400. Okay, then you also know n, which is 36. Then the question goes and says that you need to find the probability that the mean of a random sample of 36 values of x is less than 405. Okay, what is that 405? Is our test value, the one that we're using to test and see if we can try and find our probability. Okay, so let me just help you with this one so that you understand it. Okay, so remember I said that x, okay, is what? Is normally distributed, okay, with 410, which is your mean, as indicated right in that bracket. Then this one, this 400, right, is basically your what? Is basically your variance. Okay, your variance. So what is the formula that we're going to use here? So remember, if you want to find that probability, we are saying that we need to find the probability, right? The probability, okay, of x, okay, less than 405. Remember this 405, it says that the probability that the mean of the random sample of 36 values of x is less than 405. So that's why I'm putting this less than, okay, sign. So we need to find the probability of x less than 405. 40 what? 5. Let me close the bracket. That's the probability that we need to find. Okay, and if you still remember the formula to calculate the probability, if you have a normal distribution, what are you going to say? You're just going to say the probability, right, of x is less than your test value, right, which is 405. Then you subtract minus what? Minus mean, or minus your x bar. This is your mean, okay? It is your mean, okay? Or you can say it's also known as what? X, don't mind my x bar, okay? And this is your what? This is your variance. This one is variance, okay? This one is your variance because it's not what? It's not squared. If it was squared, it was our standard deviation, okay? So we are going to say probability of x is less than 405 minus your mean, okay, which is 410. Okay, then you divide by what? By n. Okay, but you don't just divide by n directly. You're going to say what? This whole thing, right? You're going to divide it by your standard deviation, which is this one, upon n, which is what? Which is 36. Okay, which is 36. This is your n. Okay, so let me just remove this from this symbol, okay, so that I write the values. So what is our variance, right? It's 400. Okay, so we're going to say it's 400 here, right? But remember, my formula is supposed to be what? It's supposed to be standard deviation here over n, right? Then you take the what? The square root. Are we together? Okay, so but in this case, okay, let me write it down here with another color so that you understand it well. So it's just supposed to be probability, right, of x, right, if it's less than a value here, right? So let's say the value is y. This is just an example, okay, it's y, right? It's another value minus mean, which is x bar. Okay, this is the formula, right? divided by your sigma over what? Over square root of n. So this is your formula of what? Of the normal distribution, okay, that you should apply, okay, this formula. So y in this case that I'm taking is what? Is 405, right? This is the test value, minus x bar in this case is 410, this one, okay, that's why it's 410, then divided by sigma, this one, right, which is your standard deviation. Okay, we don't have standard deviation in this case, but we have variance, this one, which is 400. So in order for us to get our standard deviation, we need to take the square root of what? Of variance. Okay, so we are just going to take the square root here, right, of what? Of all this. We need to take the square root of what? Of 400 to get the standard deviation, which is sigma. So if you take the square root here, you get your sigma, which is standard deviation. Okay, then here it's always upon what? The square root n. You take the square root of what? Of n. So we are just going to use one square root sign to include what? 400, which is your variance, as well as what? As well as your n, which is 36. Okay, so you're just going to use it like that. Then don't forget to what? To close your bracket. Okay, to close your brackets. Okay, so let's now remove this one. This is the formula that you should take note of. Okay, this is the formula that you should take note of. That's the formula that you should take note of. So now if you simplify this, right, you are going to get -5 on top. Okay, so it's going to be the probability of x, or if you can standardize it like what we do, it's going to change. It's now going to become z. Okay, is less than what? It's what? 405 minus 14 is going to be negative what? -5, of which you can just directly punch this in your calculator. It must give you an answer. Okay, divided by what is the square root of 400? It's 20, right? It's 20. 400 is 20, that's the square root. Then divided by square root of 36 is what? Is 6. Okay, it's 6. You close. Then if you solve this, you're going to get your probability of z. It must be less than -1.5. 1.5. Okay, -1.5. It must be less than -1.5. So in order for you now to solve this, to find your probability, you need to use your MF19, that formula sheet book, your MF19. Okay, your MF19. So just check the next video that I shall upload. Okay, it will explain how you will calculate what? The values or some of the figures, yeah, using the MF19. I shall explain the MF19, how you calculate your phi A, how you calculate your arc phi. Okay, so in this case, what you should take note of is you need to calculate the probability of z, which is z less than -1, which is less than -1.5. Okay, let me calculate that for you. So we are now rubbing the upper part. We are done with the upper part. Okay, to utilize some space. So just take note of that. Okay, so we need to calculate as the probability, okay, of z, which is less than -1.5. okay, that's the thing that we need to calculate now. So how are you going to calculate this thing? So remember, we have some formulas that we shall use. We have a formula which is known as the probability. Let me use a different ink like black. Probability, right, of z, if it's less than a negative number like -a, you are going to say 1 minus phi of that number, okay, which is phi of a. Okay, then if you have another probability of z, right, if it is greater than, okay, if it is greater than a positive number, which is a, you're also going to say 1 minus phi a. So this is the important things that you should take note of. Okay, so you just only need to master these two, then the other ones you are going to cook. You shall cook them like what I do. Okay, I'm showing you how to cook. So if you want to cream, to just master this, then the other ones you're basically going to what, you're going to cook them. How are you going to cook them? Okay, so remember the first one said the probability of z is less than negative a. You're going to say 1 minus phi a. What about if we change the sign? Okay, if we change the sign, so it's going to become the probability of z, okay, is greater than negative a. What are you going to do? You're just going to say is equal to phi of a. I'm teaching you exam part as well as even if you are starting statistics, or even if you started the topic, that's how you should do it, how you should master it, and it's going to be super dope, super easy for you. Okay, then the other one is going to be the probability of what, of z is less than a. If it's less than a, you're going to say what, you're going to say phi a as well. Okay, great. So in this case, just check out, in this case, just check out what we have. We have this probability of z is less than a negative number. So which formula are you going to use? The first one, right? This one. So you're going to say 1 minus phi a. Okay, so let me rub these ones. I hope you captured them. Okay, I hope you captured them. So you're going to say 1 minus phi a. Okay, 1 minus phi a. So that's the one that we're going to use here. So 1, I'm now solving it. Okay, so I'm going to just say now the probability, okay, of z, which is less than negative 1.5, okay, is equal to, okay, you must write it in an orderly manner so that you also impress the person marking your paper. Okay, so it's 1 minus, what is phi a? So you're going to say minus phi of 1.5. okay, phi of 1.5. okay, so then you write it equals, make sure they align. Okay, equals 1 minus, what is phi 1.5? So if you check in your MF19, you're going to observe that phi is 1.5 is equal to 0.9. I wrote it down. Let me write down 332. Okay, I shall post a video showing you how we calculate these values. Okay, so if you subtract this, you're going to get a probability 0. Okay, this is 332, so this is 6. Here is oh sorry, this is 8. Let me write it nicely. So here is 0.0668. okay, 0.0668, right? So this is your final answer. I hope it was a clear one. Okay, so I shall be posting a new video showing you how you calculate these probabilities using the MF19. Okay, I hope you also took note of the formulas that I put. Probability of z less than negative a, you're gonna say is just equal to 1 minus phi a. Okay, so I shall also post the remaining part of this video, as well as how you shall be calculating what these probabilities, okay, using what, the MF19, because the MF19 is the most important thing that you should take note of, that you should master, because most of these questions, some of them, they are just going to play around calculating your probability. So if you don't know the MF19, you're moving in the wrong direction. Okay, that's why I'm here, exam guru coach Mwashita, to assist you easily solve that paper. Okay, I give you an assurance that you will make it and you will crack this statistics and probability past paper with at least 45 and above in both the papers. That's paper 5 and paper 6. So if you're moving with me, if you're moving with Mwashita, it's a 90% and above in both papers. Okay, so if you're new, just subscribe to this channel, as well as share like and comment. Okay, I shall be also uploading some papers on A level as well, like chemistry, biology, physics, okay, as well as other subjects. Even ordinary level I shall be also uploading. So just share, comment and subscribe. This is Mwashita, the exam guru coach.